Katie did, asking, how do you deal with the come down after Burning Man? I'm having a hard time. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons, you know. One of the things, the tough ones, is that when you're in a place where you can interact with people in such a loving and trusting way, and you can be vulnerable, and you can let your guard down, and you feel safe, physically safe, you feel emotionally safe. Adjusting to life where you don't have that same comfort, you don't have that same support, can be very painful. And to that, I would say, Burning Man is the practice ground. Burning Man is a place where you do have this safety. You do have you're wearing pads, you know, and so as you practice being your best self, and as you allow yourself to be more vulnerable and open, and you get to do it in this safe environment, you strengthen your muscles. And the real warrior path, the real work is, can you keep doing that in the default world, even when everybody will not support and respond positively? Some people will. In fact, there's tons of people that are just they're just scared and waiting for somebody to reveal their truth first. And you will find you'll have magical conversations on park benches or in the mall if you allow yourself to be that same person and say hello to people and offer them a lollipop or something like that. But the risk is that not everybody is going to give you that same 100%, we love you, you're awesome. If you're being true to who you are, then we love it, that you get at Burning Man. And what you need to do, or what the practice needs to be, is, can you be the person that you want to be? Can you be that best version of yourself? Because that's who you are. Not because you get the response you like. You even do it in spite of what response that you might get. You are that person. And then if somebody responds negatively, or they judge you, or they roll their eyes, you can be like, oh, what a bummer. Like, I gave you such a huge gift right there. I allowed you, I gave you the opportunity to interact at a human level that is so uplifting and incredible and healing. I know, because I experienced it at Burning Man. I know what it's like when people open to you and treat you that way. I just gave you that opportunity and you are not ready for it. And that's a bummer. And I feel bad for you. But it doesn't change me. It doesn't change the fact that that's who I am. And by me spreading that light, I am an agent of this change and this movement in the world. And is it harder in the default world? Yes. That's why it's a warrior path. And that's why you gotta, once a year at least, get that community to strengthen it and bolster you up. That's why the regionals can be such a good thing too, is like that reminder. There are a couple like things that I do to when I get too frustrated. One is that I've now been going 21 years, so I know that it's time to start preparing for Burning Man next year. You know, if you miss Burning Man, you can start to think in terms of Burning Man by planning for next year. Decide to do an art project. Decide to create a theme camp or join a theme camp and add something to that theme camp. Bring something they've never had before, or take on a team or a project that they have in their camp. And then you will be visualizing Burning Man for the next 12 months. And that's the best antidote, you know, I'm always in Burning Man mode. I am always preparing or unpacking from Burning Man. Year round. There is no break. There's no off season when it starts to become a part of your world. And especially with decoms, even if you don't make it to the big burn, you know, you can always be in the process of fine tuning and enhancing and building. So I think that can be a very helpful thing. Depending on where you are in your decompression, one thing that I used to dread, like doing my laundry and cleaning things, and you know, I use vinegar watered down in a spray bottle and wipe everything down that way. And one of the tricks that I sometimes will do when I'm cleaning is, rather than just dread it, I try to use it almost like going through a photo album. and remember times on playa when I saw that thing, or remember when I touched this on the playa, or remember, and it becomes like an opportunity to reminisce instead of an obligation that I have to do. Frida's house saw me at GSR, the Grand Sierra Resort, which has become a mandatory part of my burn. In fact, I get a lot of sleep on burn night and on temple night, and then I party hard for at least 2 days at the Grand Sierra Resort in Reno because I think it's so much fun. To me, it's like the true decompression, where you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're around a bunch of burners, you're wearing your burner clothes, you're still being wacky and crazy, but you're doing it in a decompression tank, which is this surreal casino hotel that is like the default world, but it's not the default world, and it ends up being a really, I really enjoy it as part of my Burning Man plans every year. I'll book my hotel room probably in the next couple weeks for next year. How cool is the sticker? So late one night or early one morning, I don't know exactly, but I was gifted this sticker, and I was not entirely sober at the time, and my mind kind of melted a little bit. I was like, what's happening? But then when I saw it later, I was like, this is so cool!